welcome back to the session. Today we are discussing redundancy and theory of machines. See, have a look on the redundancy. We are having two types of redundancies while determining degree of freedom of the mechanism. Here redundant motion and redundant link. In general, we use Grubbler's criteria to determine degree of freedom of the mechanism. But Grubbler's criteria is fail to determine degree of freedom of some mechanisms due to presence of redundancy. What is that redundancy in the mechanisms? We need to discuss in detail in this particular session. Okay, first focus on redundancy. What is meant by redundancy? See, useless motion and useless link. What is meant by useless motion? See here, the presence of motion of the linkage. Motion of the link is useless. Here, the presence of link itself useless. See, redundant motion is nothing but useless motion. The presence of motion of a particular link is useless. And redundant link means useless link. The presence of link itself useless. That is the meaning of redundant motion and redundant link. When you go little deeper here, what is the meaning of this particular thing is the motion of link is possible without causing any effect on input and output motions. What does it mean? We can move a particular link without causing any effect on input and output motion. That means you are moving a link but it is not affecting the input and output motion. That means the motion of that particular link is useless. That means you can call it as a redundant motion. Okay, so the motion of a link is useless. It is not causing any effect on input and output motion. That is all about redundant motion. Okay, redundant link. Presence of link itself useless. Here, when you go into deep here, you can see redundant link in parallelogram linkage. See, with and without presence of without presence of the link, the resultant mechanism will be parallelogram linkage. Even you remove that particular link, the resultant mechanism is not changing. That means presence of a particular link is useless. Even you remove it, the resultant mechanism is not changing. In that case, you can call that link as redundant link. Why are we discussing redundant motion and redundant link? Is Grubler's criteria is failed to determine degree of freedom of some set of mechanisms due to presence of redundant motion and redundant link. We need to look into some examples and we can find degree of freedom of those mechanisms by modifying Grubler's criteria in case of redundant motion. And what is the procedure to determine degree of freedom of a mechanism when you see a redundant link present in that particular mechanism? Here we need to follow two procedures to determine degree of freedom when you see redundancy in the mechanisms. Don't apply Grubler's criteria directly. It will definitely give wrong results. Okay? So that is why we are discussing these two topics separately. We are having set of mechanisms which consists of redundant motion and redundant link. Now, what is the procedure to determine degree of freedom when you see redundant motion in a particular mechanism? See here, in this case, we need to use modified Grubler's criteria. Generally 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J minus H. This is actual Grubler's criteria. When you see redundant motion, we need to subtract redundant degree of freedom. What is the procedure to determine the degree of freedom of a mechanism when you see redundant motion in that particular mechanism? Is we need to use modified Grubler's criteria. Modified Grubler's criteria. That is, actually, what is the degree of freedom by using Grubler's criteria? This is actual expression to determine degree of freedom of the mechanism. We need to modify it because it consists of redundant motion. That is, we need to subtract redundant degree of freedom. Redundant degree of freedom from the Grubler's criteria. This is called modified Grubler's criteria expression. Okay, so once redundant motion you observed in a mechanism, then immediately use this particular expression to determine degree of freedom of that particular mechanism. In case of redundant link, here what we need to do? Remove redundant link from the mechanism, then apply Grubler's criteria to determine degree of freedom. Okay, here we need to use normal Grubler's criteria expression. That is F equals to 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J minus H. Here we are not focusing on redundant degree of freedom. Whenever you see redundant link in the mechanism, just remove that link. Then apply Grubler's criteria to determine degree of freedom. But in case of redundant motion, we need to subtract redundant degree of freedom from actual Grubler's criteria. That is, I can call it as a modified Grubler's criteria we need to use to determine degree of freedom of the mechanism. It is having redundant motion. Okay, first focus on the need of studying redundancy in mechanisms. Why are you studying redundancy here? Tell me. Grubler's criteria is failed to determine degree of freedom of some particular mechanisms due to presence of redundancy. We are having two types of redundancies, redundant motion, redundant link. What is the meaning of redundant motion? Useless motion present in the mechanism, useless link present in the mechanism. When you see useless motion, we need to find that useless motion. Then what is meant by useless motion? Presence of the motion is useless. That's it. Okay, how can you say it is useless motion? You can move a particular link without causing any effect on input and output motion. A motion of a particular link is useless. When will you say that is useless motion means? That particular motion is not causing any effect on input and output motion. Then you can decide that this motion is useless motion. You can call it as a redundant motion. Useless motion present in the mechanism. That is why that is a redundant degree of freedom. Useless degree of freedom. You need to subtract that useless degree of freedom from actual Grubler's criteria once you see useless motion in the mechanism. Here, useless link. How can you call it as a useless link? Even you remove that link, the resultant mechanism is parallelogram linkage. With and without presence of a particular link, the resultant mechanism is parallelogram linkage. Even it is present in the mechanism or removing the mechanism, the resultant mechanism is not at all changing. In that case, you can call that link as useless link. Technical term as redundant link. How to determine degree of freedom? When you see useless link or redundant link present in the mechanism, we need to remove that useless link from the given mechanism. Then apply Grubler's criteria to determine degree of freedom of a particular mechanism which is having redundant link. These are two redundancies, meaning of the redundant motion, meaning of redundant link. Okay, how to determine degree of freedom of the mechanism for redundant motion case and redundant link case. Now we need to go through some examples. Okay, when will you see redundant motion? When will you see redundant link? And procedure to determine degree of freedom of some set of mechanisms we can discuss. First, write down up to here. It is very important topic. I think you need to understand the meaning. Then only you can encourage these two topics. Otherwise, lot of confusion here. What is meant by here? Redundant motion case. Presence of the link is useless. Sorry. In redundant motion case, presence of the link is useful. But presence of motion of the link is useless. Here, presence of link is useless, but presence of motion of the link is useful here. Okay, presence of motion is useless, presence of the link is useful in case of redundant motion. Presence of link is useless, but motion of the link is useful in case of redundant link. Okay, so some confusion is there, but understand one by one, feel it. Then only you can encourage these two topics. Okay, so you will definitely get one question in degree of freedom, that too redundant case. Okay, so no need to worry about these two. Why? Because we are having set of mechanisms. Just follow those mechanisms. Question will definitely come from that only. Okay, so very less number of mechanisms. Okay, na Grubler's criteria is failed to determine the degree of freedom. Okay, na, so most of the cases Grubler's criteria is enough to determine degree of freedom of a particular mechanism. Very less number of mechanisms, na. So while finding degree of freedom, it is giving wrong results. What are they? We need to discuss in this session. Right on up to here.